You ever have those days where you feel like you're just playing catch up? Like the day is running you instead of the other way around? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful idea from Robin Sharma's huge bestseller, The 5 a.m. Club. And it's all about a simple shift that could literally transform your life, all before most people have even thought about hitting that snooze button. And to really get into the right headspace for this, let's just soak in this quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's such a great reminder, isn't it? That no matter where you are right now, you always have the strength to just start fresh. So, that idea of starting over leads us to a really powerful question. I want you to think about this. What if the key to unlocking genius level productivity, that real deep inner peace, what if it wasn't some complicated, hard to follow system? What if it was hiding in plain sight, in the very first hour of your day? Okay, so let's be clear. This isn't just some fluffy, feel-good concept. Robin Sharma makes the case that this is a secret that the greats, we're talking legends, titans of industry, have been using for centuries. The book really kicks off by hitting on a problem that, let's be honest, we all know too well. We're living in this world of constant digital distraction, right? Your phone is always pinging, emails are flooding in, it's just total overwhelm. And in a world like that, being able to truly focus, that's become the ultimate asset. It's like a superpower. So, how does Sharma teach us all this? Well, he does it through a story. It's about these three characters who all meet at a seminar. You've got a struggling entrepreneur, a really frustrated artist, and then this eccentric, mysterious billionaire mentor who steps in and promises to show them the way. And what this billionaire offers them is something really simple but totally profound. He extends an invitation to what he calls the 5 a.m. Club, and with it comes a promise. Here's the core of that promise. The billionaire basically says, look, an excellent morning routine isn't just about feeling a little better. It can actually build empires in four key areas of your life: your creativity, your productivity, your finances, and yep, even your happiness. We're talking a complete life-wide upgrade here. All right, so that sounds amazing, right? But how do you actually do it? This is where we get to the nuts and bolts, the practical, step-by-step method at the very heart of the book. It's called the 20-20-20 formula. But before we break down the formula, there's a quick piece of science you've got to understand. The book explains that when you first wake up, your body is actually flooded with cortisol. That's the fear hormone. It's basically your brain's built-in alarm system, but the problem is it also just kills your focus and creativity. So job number one in the morning is to get that cortisol level down, fast. And that's where this system comes in. It's all built around what Sharma calls the victory hour, that golden hour from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And he breaks it down into three super simple 20-minute pockets: move, reflect, and grow. Okay, so that first 20-minute block from 5 to 5:20, it is all about moving. And we're not talking a gentle stroll, we're talking intense exercise, something that gets you sweating. Why? The goal is to immediately flush out all that cortisol, release a chemical called BDNF, which is basically like miracle grow for your brain cells, and fire up your metabolism. You are literally fighting stress with sweat. All right, so once you've gotten your body moving, the next 20 minutes are all about your mind. This is the reflect pocket. This is your time for some quiet. You could journal, you could meditate, or maybe just peacefully plan out your day. The whole point here is to find some stillness, practice a little gratitude, and really set your intentions before the world starts screaming for your attention. And then, the final 20 minutes of your victory hour are all about growth. This is your dedicated time to learn something. Read a book, listen to an audiobook or a podcast, study the biographies of people you really admire. It's about making that daily investment in yourself, becoming just a little bit better, a little bit smarter every single day. But you see, this 20-20-20 formula, it's so much more than just a productivity hack. It's really a system for mastering your entire inner world. And that brings us to the deeper philosophy behind the whole 5 a.m. club idea. So Sharma introduces this amazing concept he calls the four interior empires. He says these are the absolute foundations of a legendary life. And they are your mindset, which is your psychology, your heart set, your emotional life, your health set, which is your physical well-being, and finally, your soul set, your spirituality. And here is where it all clicks together so beautifully. That 20-20-20 formula we just talked about, it's the daily workout that strengthens all four of your inner empires at the same time. The Move pocket powers up your health set. The Reflect pocket nurtures your heart set and your soul set. And the Grow pocket expands your mindset. See? It's a totally complete system for mastering yourself. Okay, but a big question probably comes to mind right now. How on earth do you maintain this kind of high-level performance without completely burning out? Well, Sharma has an answer for that, and he calls it the rhythm of victory. The secret, he says, is something called oscillation. Think of it like a wave. True elite performance isn't a non-stop 24/7 sprint. That's just a recipe for disaster. Instead, it's a rhythm. You have to alternate between these intense, super-focused periods of work, that's the high excellence cycle, and then follow them with essential periods of deep rest, fun, and recovery. You absolutely cannot have one without the other. So when you boil it all down, the habit of getting up at 5 a.m., it's not really just about cramming more stuff into your day. It's framed as the very first step on what the book calls your own heroic adventure. And Sharma leaves us with this really powerful challenge. He asks, the world needs more heroes. Why wait for them when you have it in you to become one, starting today? I mean, that's a direct invitation, isn't it? A call to action to become the absolute best version of yourself. And that really brings us to the core of the 5 a.m. Club. So I guess I'll just leave you with this one simple question. Tomorrow is a new day. It's a clean slate. So will it begin at 5 a.m.?